Well, this is a response to one of the videos that Deepwood Bushcraft put up there about camping out in the woods and stuff. And anyway, I've been had problems with bugs most of the time my adult life. Anyway, here's a couple of things that I found that have worked for me. Now, one of the most recent acquisitions that I started using a lot is this stuff here. It's called Permethrin SFR, and it is a 36% solution of permethrin, and you squeeze that into that little bit up here, and you pour that into a 1-gallon bottle of water, and you spray that on all your stuff. Excuse the mess here. I'm in the middle of packing, unpacking, and going through gear and figuring out what goes on a motorcycle and what doesn't. As you notice from my other videos, it's one of my little battery packs for charging my computer and such. Anyway, the other one I got recently, I've been impressed with. I've got other mosquito net head nets, but this one's kind of nice. This one is made by Sea to Summit. It's a head net. And as you can see by the size of my hand, it's pretty small. You could just about hang this off of your keychain if you wanted to. But this is a full head net. You probably should have a hat or something to hold it off of you because there's no ring or anything around it. And I'll take a second here and put that on so you can take a look and see what that's about. I don't have a tripod or a real computer or a real camera yet. All I really have at this point is my phone. I've got a really cheap little video camera. I still haven't tried out much yet, but the resolution is not as high as on mine. So there's the head net itself once it's out of its little bag, right? And I guess you could probably use that as a minnow trap too. I've seen that in some survival videos, but it's very, very small. And it has here at the bottom a little bit of a drawstring so you can draw it tight around your neck and pull your collar up so the critters don't get in there. Let's see if we can get this thing on here. And you can see how stylish it looks. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. Real designer thing, I guess. Anyway, it gets the job done. The second thing here came with no bag. I got this cheap bag from, I don't know where I found it, but anyway, this bag here is a full-size mosquito bar, and you can see the size of my hand there for comparison, right? Anyway, it's not real big in a pack. It's probably about the same size as some tarps would fold up to, but it's a lot lighter because it is actually netting. And I'm pull that out for you here too. Untie that. Now this will go over an entire bed. It almost is the size of a tent in and of itself. It has little tabs you draw it out to, but it is pretty enormous. Again, sorry, no real camera, no tripod yet. I hear there's a Gorilla Pod out there that's supposed to clamp onto an iPhone or something to make it steady, and I haven't seen that yet in person, but I've seen a couple of reviews on it. I might end up getting one of those eventually, just so I can do videos like this with my phone. Okay, so anyway, there's the full thing. It's a full, I think, 7 foot long and several feet wide. It's made by Rothco. It's like a bag. You can actually crawl into it. On the corners there are tabs. Let's see if I can find one here for you. There we go. There's one corner, and you see it has a little bit of a tab here. And if I wasn't trying to manage the camera and all this, I could probably show it easier. But I have no cameraman, and I'm just swinging it. Because there you go, there's a tab on the corner. So there's 4 on the corners, and you pull it out, and it makes a rectangular mosquito netted in area that your bedroll or whatever can go into. I hang that underneath my tarp when I'm doing a lean-to shelter or whatnot, and it kind of gets the job done. You can see the mess of me packing and going through backpacks and stuff. I like to every so often just take everything I have, chuck it out of the bag, and chuck it on the floor, then look at what's there and see what's garbage and what needs to go and lighten the load and stuff. So find objects that are, find tools that replace 2 or 3 items and get rid of the 2 or 3 items and donate them and, use smaller ones, whatever. So there you go. That's generally what I've got. Again, I'm still working on video editing. I have been traveling for so long with an undersized computer like this. Here we go. There's my normal computer that I've been using most of the time. I have had 6 years of that. I'll give you an example for scale. See, my hand spans the whole computer. So I've had underpower computers for 6-7 years now because it had to fit inside of a cargo pocket and be small. And I'm just now at the point where I'm getting computers that are large enough with enough power so I could edit video if I wanted to. And I'm just kind of going through the learning curve of that now. And I'll probably be eventually doing that somewhere in between traveling, writing, and all the rest of it. So anyway, when I get to it, my videos will probably look better anyway. But until now, then, I just thought I'd throw these things out for you. There's the Permethrin, the tiny little mosquito head net, and there's the big ball of mosquito netting that fits in a tiny little bag that goes and handles your entire bed so you can get some sleep at night. If you spray them all down with the Permethrin, like I said, that little bit right there will make a gallon when mixed with water. So you don't have to pack all that. You could spray everything before you leave, your backpack, your tarps, all that stuff, and it really helps. But if you put that much inside of like a 1 ounce little fuel bottle, like for alcohol or something, like for the alcohol stove, something like that, and then when you get out there, mix it up, you could mix up an entire gallon and hose everything down and do a pretty good job. Permethrin kills flies, mosquitoes, bed bugs, scabies, body lice, and crabs. Let's see, there's a few other nasties it does as well. But pretty much all that blood-sucking vermin stuff that makes your life miserable, that'll kill it right there. So that's the stuff to spray your tent down and all that with. They don't recommend putting a lot of it on your body directly, but it is the active ingredient in Nix, which you use for doing head lice. And it's the same stuff they put in flea and tick shampoo for dogs. But it's called Permethrin. And that bottle there, like I said, that'll make a gallon. Just that little bit there will make a gallon. So this whole bottle here is about a little under 20 bucks, right around 20 bucks. And you'll make enough Permethrin bug spray to last you until doomsday. Or with me, it lasts a couple of months because I'm spraying down churches and homeless shelters and places where public gather. In my travels, I have a way of disinfecting places I go. It tends to be like another asset to my ministry. So anyway, there you go. There's my answer to the critters.